Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and we are back to covering some buffs here, because I got some rounds and a few more buffed things that I am checking back through. And the G04 booster type is today's subject. It got a different set of buffs from the standard G4. For one, its Mega Beam launchers always work differently. It has a sustained damage radiation type beam as opposed to just a one hit beam. So, yeah, it still cannot fire without charging, but it charges faster and it cools down faster. So, yeah, still two very different play styles. I'm back with the Hyper Beam Rifle again just because I like that rifle. So, and I figure I'll just keep that as a theme, which is maybe kind of foolish because the G4 actually has the ability to use double hyper bazookas, whereas the G5 booster gets twin beam sabers to further distinguish them. But I just went with what I liked. I don't know if they tweaked the double bazookas or not. Probably, since there's a bunch of things that use them, including the G3 Gundam, they probably haven't. Though G3 is another thing that's gotten buffed enough times, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it again. But yeah, okay, there is the, I think that was a standard Violent Custom in the colors of the Unit 2, because I did the same thing with my Violent Custom and the colors look similar. But yeah, so far so good. Got a kill in, have not taken much if any damage, but yeah, as you can see, that Mega Beam Launcher just re-readies a lot quicker. I like the solution of leaving the attack type on the other one the same, but also giving it uncharged fire. It feels good if you're going to have like a long charging, long overheating one hit beam weapon, to have an alternative to using that is less prone to absolute failure. Just like the, because man, I missed a lot of shots with that thing before it was fireable and charged. But yeah, this is another one. I think at this point, the G5 booster may be the only thing that has not had its beam guns tweaked like considerably. I think they are fairly similar to the original build of the arm beam guns on everything else. But let's see, that G04 was apparently not ready for me to just walk up and stab it, and everybody else took it down, so that's fine. Yeah, really pretty strong start here. I'm just going to hide in the shrubbery with beams and not do anything useful with them. But again, the penalties for not doing anything useful for them with them a lot less harmful than the standard G4. Because I mean, in that one, in a way, the new buffs, they definitely give you more utility with the thing, because instead of firing like once every couple of minutes and missing and getting nothing out of it, you can fire it uncharged like once every 20 seconds, maybe a little less, without overheating it. But in a way, like, penalty for firing the charged weapon is even worse, because if you fire it and miss, you are now without a really strong sub weapon for a long time. So yeah, this one overall probably a little bit better balanced, but okay, yeah, I'm almost certain, yeah, I've got advantage on it. That is a Violent Custom, Unit 1. So, but now I've got that and the G04 on me, and, type advantage is great, but there's not a lot in the game that has type advantage against being shot at by two things. Was hoping my depth perception was a little bit better there, but couldn't see around the corner, so just took the swing at random. Took the chance, did not work out. Happens. And somebody back up into my beam. Aw. Yeah, so. Yeah, I get that a lot. Like, my timing on firing those is not good. I should be waiting for the stun. But to be honest, sometimes when you're waiting waiting for something to get stunned within your line of fire with none of your allies in front of it, it just takes forever. And then if you get found and blown up, it's just a waste. So yeah, sometimes I feel like with those big guns, you just have to take the chance, and it frequently does not work out. But yeah, like I said, G4 is like one of the ones where that is the most punishing thing. But yeah, I am enjoying the revamps on all the G units here. So I just got to thinking about the troll gun on the Jim White Dingo. I forget. I've been at this round of buffs so long. I forget if I've covered it or not. But they did improve that the troll rifle for that. It now has a 2-level charge, and the second level functionally gives it about the same kind of level of power it had in GBO1. It because that you could, it was one of those, just like the Mega Beam launcher on the standard G4. I'm managing to talk about everything but this unit. Um, it you could fire it maybe once a minute, but the power was made it worth it. Difference being still that since you have to charge it now, you do at least have to have some level of warning to your enemies that you are about to do that to them, because that was something they apparently wanted to make just part and parcel of the large charging beam, and I kind of, or the large high damage beam, and I kind of get it. At the same time, just there were a lot of times where getting surprised by that or surprising somebody with that were both a lot of fun in versus matches with friends. But yeah, I have a feeling that playing against strangers more often, which I do now than I used to in GBO1, it would probably be a lot more frustrating. So yeah, some changes do get made for good reasons. I feel like a lot of these buffs have been pretty well targeted, honestly. So we've got 20 seconds left. There's nobody at the base. I don't. I'm. We've got a really good lead, so I think I'm just going to keep pushing because, yeah, I don't think I would have enough time to kill the pilot on my own and then find my and then defuse the bomb with a 20-second lead. Like, because you have to have at least 10 seconds, more or less, to put to defuse the bomb. So yeah, that's just difficult. I think there are some newer suits that actually do have skills that make bomb planting and defusing a tiny bit faster, but not enough to really strongly change the arithmetic on that situation. Let's see, 20 seconds. Yeah, I was gonna hope they would like drive some enemies this way, so I was setting up shop back there. Not happening, so I'm just gonna go get into it. Shot fired, moving in hopefully to get the kill. That is I believe that was a Zeku Eins type 1? No, type 3. The general one. But yeah, we got it, and that is the round. And yeah, like I said, I'm pretty happy with how this runs. The new beam guns are definitely nice. And I did not make the board, but our supports there did a pretty solid job. And our mass production double Zeta did well too. I got 63,000 damage, 5 and 2. That'll work, and that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We'll be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. Okay, so the changes, it got 2 more slots in close range, went from 14 to 16 at level 1, and the upper levels got enhanced as well. Mid-range gained 1 slot, 14 to 15, upper levels also enhanced. Long range slots went from 8 to 10, with upper levels getting more. The level 3 got thruster output increase level 1, which I think gives like 5 or 10 thruster capacity. Level 4 got thruster output increase level 2, which is a little bit more, of course. They also got level 3 and 4 also got reaction booster program levels 1 and 2. So those are turn speed, as I recall. It got its Vulcans replaced by a dedicated set of G4 booster head-mounted Vulcans. That gave them a faster rate of fire, more build stun, and doubled their power from 50 to 100. Upper levels also got enhanced. And yeah, the arm beam guns got replaced with the G4 booster beam gun unit, which, yeah, range went up from 150 meters to 200. Build stun increased, and the ASL range got expanded. And yeah, it really needed it because average at general type for general types at 500, 50.9% win rate. G4 booster had 44.6. Rival win rate is pretty terrible. 51.8 is the average. It was at 40.5. It was pretty far down on damage as well. 61,000 against the 70,003 generals do on average. But it was also is still incurring less losses, 3.1 average versus 2.9. Again, I have a feeling that was one of those things of you hang back to fire the big gun, so you're not in danger as often, but you're also just not doing enough to make up for it, as you can see from the reduced damage and win rates. At level 2, slightly, I guess, about the same. Realistically, general type average win rate 49.4 at 550. It was managing 43.8. The rival win, though, 50% average for generals at 550, so spot on. And it was doing 34.8. It was also a little bit more than 10,000 down on damage dealt. Average across all generals, 69,581. It was at 59,495. But again, about almost half a mobile suit not lost on average versus the average general. So again, yeah, I think it was apparently lasting a good bit from the look of these stats, but just not doing enough damage to justify using it. General type average at 600 is 48.9. The level 3 had 43.5% win rate, so yeah, just not good. 33.3 at for rival wins versus the general average of 48.0. Like the averages are dropping a little bit further, I think, than the specs for the G4 booster are, but that still isn't great. And that pattern gets broken with damage dealt, where the average is 70,096, and it's doing 53,742. That's not the worst yet, even. MS losses still about half an MS less lost on average, 3.1 across generals, 2.6 average for the G4. At 650, general type average win rate 49.1. It's at 39.1. Then we get a really bad number for rival win rate. The average is 49.5. It gets 31.5. And yeah, it was 20,000 damage down on the average against the average for all generals. Average across generals 78,171. It was doing 57,228. So yeah, that's pretty terrible. And MS losses were coming up at that point too, 2.9 versus 3.0. So yeah, it definitely needed an overhaul, and I'm glad it got it.